Foundation for the National Institutes of Health presents the 2013 Lurie Prize, saluting Ruslan Medzhitov for outstanding research by a biomedical scientist.
He's always ahead of everybody else, asking the right question. How does this work?
We didn't know anything about it. We didn't know if it's even the right idea or wrong idea. It just sounded like a good idea.
His work has transformed how everybody thinks about immunology.
Born in 1966 in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, Ruslan Medzhitov decided at 15 to pursue scientific studies.
I didn't want to play basketball the rest of my life, and I wanted to become a scientist. And so that's when I started spending most of my time studying.
After completing his undergraduate degree, Ruslan Medzhitov enters the PhD program at Moscow State University to study biochemistry. However, the political and economic chaos of his world threatened to destroy his scientific career.
Unfortunately, the month that I arrived to Moscow, which was September 1990, that was the time when the first economic crisis hit really hard. So it was very hard to do any research, and that's what's partly that affected my choices. That sort of forced me to spend more time reading and thinking and doing more of a theoretical work rather than experimental work.
Ironically, this economic adversity redirects Medzhitov's life on an unimaginable career trajectory, guided by his discovery of a paper written by Dr. Charles Janeway.
So Charlie predicted that there would have to be a receptor system that would detect the presence of a microbe, say. And Charlie also said, well, that receptor system would then respond to the recognition of the microbe by making the immune response. So that's what got Ruslan so excited.
I found his article in an old journal in that library. I read it, and that suddenly had this, it was a tipping point for me, that it was just this incredible enlightenment, a feeling of enlightenment that I had. Let's see, this is all what I want to.
Medzhitov immediately appreciates that Janeway's hypothesis presents the conceptual framework necessary to understand and organize the immune system.
And after reading that paper, for me it was clear that this is what I want to do, this is what I want to work on, and this is the person I want to work with, Mr. Charlie Janeway. And I wrote to him a letter just discussing his ideas. I just sent it, not hoping for anything. And then a few weeks later I got a response from him. That was another really thrilling moment.
Despite Medzhitov's lack of research experience, Janeway offers him a postdoctoral position in his lab at Yale.
Ruslan, when he arrived, set out to find the molecular entity which would be the system of recognition.
There were some very specific predictions that we had about what that gene will be able to do. And it had to do with activating particular signaling pathway, inducing certain other types of genes that we, at the time, were known already to be important for immune response. And so I had to manipulate this gene in a way that would allow me to see if it can perform these functions.
He came up with some really innovative ideas, and very early in the game, he identified families of potential candidates for this before anybody had even done anything in the area of looking for those molecules.
Medzhitov's innovative experiments focus on finding this new class of receptors.
When I got the result, that was the moment when we knew that we were on the right track and that that's the gene we were looking for. And that was the aha moment. That's when we were both very, very happy.
As a true quantum leap, what Ruslan did is to identify the receptor systems that sense the microorganisms. That was a fundamental connection that changed the whole world of immunology.
Medzhitov's research continues to redefine the field of immunology, transforming many areas of health, including vaccine development, and understandings of autoimmune diseases.